in progressive talk and solution-driven conversation. Our aim is to build a united Nigeria by bringing people of diverse culture together through communication. Enjoy listening to 93.7 Citizen FM. We are more than just a radio station. We are a part of your life.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọjọ Miliki. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọjọ Miliki. Oya oya oya. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọjọ ẹ̀sọ́ pẹ̀lẹ́ níjó wa. Oya oya oya.
This is Evangelist Professor Ebenezer Obey. I also enjoy listening to Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. Please keep on listening to the soul of the nation. Thank you.
Olúwa mi, mo jáde lọ láti ṣe iṣẹ́ òòjọ́ mi. Ìwọ nìkan lèmi ò mọ̀ lọ́rọ̀ lérò àti níṣẹ́.
Country people, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and even good tomorrow. As we take the join mouth and join body with the top collabo to take greet Muslim brothers and sisters as it's stated they all enter the holy month of Ramadan. That not to inform country people and all me good listeners where they join me on top make we talk for Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. Say the program don't put to pumpy for the moment until they finish Ramadan. Then we go come back with a full force. Make not touch the dial because now still Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja be that.
Emia pataki nano. Ye kan ye danya yengi chibe wa dudu giji etiga tuuma chibe susu ndo chineji no Dickings a Muslim 500 mg na gwalagi Ecomed Pharmacies Limited deji pangwagi Divine Kings che kuna be kundo nomba guni si gutwani guta gutwani kurigi nini dudugi na ibe mitu ezo de na gunchije de aga chibe mu chinyizo na Ebagan Ecomed Pharmacies Limited do aga ade pipe achide eba ezo na jade gunchita na de ezo gunchi guta na jinyi chigbe mu chijina ganzo eba uchiya yakan ya da yangi chigbeji Professor Mojishola Adeyeye gan ya da eba uchiya da na uchi bani aniga beto chigbe ne jituma eti ubona a beto Divine Kings Pharmacies Limited Kingsling ekenya u da gwatukun la chijo Adeyeye lana na latula eba etikpeya esanwo Abuja unchigan yekan ya ba aga gwalagi ndondole cheji energy goyana agutu aga biale achimotumba na aji chigbe wona aga da na uchi tubiezo koma kpata amma watin eje
Citizen FM Abuja. Now we be the voice of the people. Citizen FM Abuja. Now we be the voice of the people. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Make we join our hearts to build a nation of our dream. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Make we join our hearts to build a nation of our dream. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Yeah. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy. Epa!
Citizen FM 93.7, 7:37. That's what the time is. It is the 4th day of March 2025. And yes, the year keeps rolling pretty fast. And I hope that your resolutions are, just marching up and doing everything that you can to, at the end of the year, tell yourself that you have done right. It is great to have you join me on the show today. News from across Africa. And I am Didi. And of course, I'm not alone in the studio today. I said, of course, as if it's a normal. Well, we're in peculiar times, aren't we? I have a guest in the studio. He's a shy type. For now, you may get to hear his voice during the course of my broadcast. Otherwise, you may not. But let's just keep our fingers crossed on that one. Hello to you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It depends entirely on where you are watching or listening to me from. We're streaming live on Citizen FM on YouTube. Didi Rati is not able to stream today for another batch of emotional or technical reasons. I'm unable to stream there, but of course you can catch me live on Citizen FM on YouTube. Just search News from across Africa and you will see me live on your screen. And yes, we are broadcasting live on Citizen FM 93.7. You can also listen to me online. Just log on to citizenfm.ng and you'll catch me live. All right, between now and top of the hour, 8 o'clock, we'll take a journey through Africa, from Gabon to Libya to South Africa to different parts of Africa, as many countries as we can, so we can, see what's going on. Let's feel the pulse of our fellow brothers and sisters from other African countries. And we'll do that until 8 o'clock. Top of the hour, 8, we'll switch things up. We'll be zooming our focus on what's going on in Nigeria, headlines from across Nigeria, different dailies we have. I've seen some really exciting headlines across some papers. The headlines alone just really interesting, right? So we'll be looking at usual suspects, Vanguard, Guardian, Independent, Leadership, Punch, Give It to Me, Pen Pushing, That's Nigeria, New Telegraph, and so on and so forth. We have, of course, that we go to the ends of the earth to bring you all the headlines, as many of them as we can. That would last until 9 o'clock. And then, top of the hour 9, you would get to hear News on the Hour. Right after that, that will just be for a few minutes. Right after that, the sports, Citizen Sports, will be coming your way today. And Emmanuel, the sports senator, will be joining you at that time. That will take us until 10. And at 10 o'clock, Inside with Lawrence Umoete would be hitting your airwaves. All right, so we have it locked. And at 11, just stay with me, you'd see just beautiful stuff that we have lined up for you today until top of the hour. Let us begin with Gabon. So we know that there have been a military leadership in Gabon for quite a bit now. Well, the military leader in Gabon has announced that he will be running for president of the country. There's something about that seat, right? When you're there, you just want to stay there for a little bit longer. Well, that's speaking on the electoral crisis in Gabon, almost 2 years after he led a coup to end more than 5 decades of Bongo dynasty rule. Gabon's military leader, Brice Oligui Nguema, has announced that he will run in April's presidential elections. It was in 2023 that he ousted the president at the time, Ali Bongo. Well, Nguema had vowed to give power back to civilians following a transitional period. But hey, here we are. Well, if there is a democratically led election and there is a handover, whether to himself or not, it'll still be, perceived as a peaceful transition, right? Yeah, it'll still be seen as power given back to civilians, just not him as a military officer, but now maybe as a democratically elected president. Anyway, given the green light in January by the Transitional Parliament, a new electoral code enables members of the military and the magistrate to run in elections. So he made the announcement at a speech in Gabon's capital. He's 50, by the way, 50-year-old. I think he's still within the mark. So this is what he said. He said, Gabon is rising from the ashes. And he called on the crowd to get behind his candidacy. Well, the former head of the Presidential Guard will have to abandon his current role, at least temporarily, according to officials of Gabon. And they're saying that if he is not elected, he will return to the barracks. April 12th, we'll see. To be or not to be, that's a line from Hamlet. Interesting times we're in. Let's move on now from Gabon. Let's see what another part of Africa has. And now to Libya, North Africa. So we're hearing that Libya is set to hold its very first oil exploration bidding since 17 years. So it was considered something like a pause. Yeah, it was like a pause for almost 17 years. So they're preparing to host a bidding round for oil exploration. Great stuff, right? You know, they produce oil a lot in Libya. Well, the announcement was made in a televised address by the acting chairman of the National Oil Corporation, Masoud. That was just yesterday he made the announcement. And they play a significant role in the global oil market. And they also considered, what was I going to say? Okay, now my train of thought just lost there. But we know that they are members of OPEC. OPEC is the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries in around the world. Foreign investors have been wary of putting money into the country, by the way. You know that since the whole Muammar Gaddafi situation in 2011, foreign investors mostly have been quite cynical about whether or not to put their money in the country to invest or not. Anyway, so this move is seen like a juggle up, something to, just shake up the system for a bit and, build confidence of foreign investors in the country. So they are saying that disputes between armed rival factions over oil revenues that have often led to oil field being shut down would also be addressed as soon as possible. This new bidding round marks a pivotal moment in Libya, given its long break from exploration activities, and it will give companies the opportunity to explore new oil fields, potentially also increasing the country's production capacity. Who knows? It may become the largest or not. Fingers crossed. So we must agree that the ripple effect of the Trump administration's decisions, especially on funding and cutting aid to some countries around the world, we may not hear the last of that. South Africa, we're hearing other arising matters arising. United Nations WFP closes office in Southern Africa due to funding. Anyway, they rely heavily on funding from the United States, and they announced just yesterday that they would have to shut down the Southern African office due to financial limitations. So what we know for a fact is that the U.S. contributes nearly half of annual donations to WFP, but it is currently reducing foreign aid contracts as part of the Trump's America First policy. That's what it's called. So because of the America First policy, they had to, make decisions, sign executive orders here and there, especially to reduce funding to other countries so that these monies can be rechanneled into the U.S. economy to, get the people to have better living standards. Thomson Phiri, who is original spokesperson, indicated that the agency will merge its Eastern and Southern Africa operations. And they would have to, manage activities of Eastern and Southern Africa from Nairobi in Kenya. That's in East Africa. He assured that this change will not impact the ongoing country operations in Southern Africa. But we know that they will not have an office in Southern Africa anymore. Will it not affect? Was that a way of just, building confidence? Otherwise, anyway, we know that WFP is assisting millions affected by drought. And the spokesperson emphasized the aim that it was to maximize resources for frontline teams by making every dollar count. It is worthy of mention, though, that The spokesperson made an effort to categorically not link the decision to shut down offices in Southern Africa to the Trump's cut in aid. He only stated that the donor funding outlook has become more constrained. It's like saying 6.5 dozen. Yeah, it's like saying a half dozen, but that is not 6. So, well, it is 6, but not a half dozen. Great difference. In tune with my Ethiopian side this morning, because I mean the neck movement is very Ethiopian. If you're not watching me on YouTube right now, oh well, you missed out on the dance. So East Congo rebels, let's see what's happening from around that side. According to official reports, that's the United Nations, we're hearing that they have abducted about 130 hospital patients. These people were literally just seeking medical attention, and they were hospitalized. So what these rebels did was to break into the hospitals and go out or take with them 130 patients. And now the concern would be, what about how these people were feeling at the point of moving them? Some of them were given, they were maybe probably given bed rest, and may have had to be on the bed for different reasons, one or the other. And then these people just go into this hospital and move these people. They just take them away. Talk about being insensitive. But I mean, they are called rebels for a reason. So the United Nations is raising alarm and joining the appropriate authorities to do what they can to ensure that the abducted people, the abductees, be released within the time that is limited, or I mean within the shortest. Yeah, I think that's a better way to put it. Within the shortest time possible, because first of all, these are hospital patients. Some of them are fighting for their lives right now. And now dealing with abduction is going to take a different toll entirely on their health. I hope for better news from Congo, East Congo particularly, as soon as we can. To brighter stories, EU and Egypt in North Africa have agreed on a 90 million euro deal to boost food security. They're making moves to boost food security. We also know that Egypt have also made, they've also made statements concerning the situation in Gaza. Humanitarian aid trucks that were bound for Gaza were turned back to Egypt after Israel halted all food and supply deliveries. According to the explanation, they're saying that all of these is aimed at intensifying detention that was perceived over a fragile ceasefire. Israel has warned of additional consequences if Hamas fails to accept a new truce extension. Then we also know that Egypt has accused Israel of using starvation as a weapon. And then you want to see, perhaps that would be the relationship between, between this report and why they had to make moves to sign a 90 million euro deal with Europe to ensure food security. Each party must implement their obligation. The use of aid as a weapon of collective punishment and starvation must not and cannot and ideally should not be allowed. That's what the Egyptian Foreign Minister Abdullati said as he was calling for a move to end what is perceived as shameful. In fact, that's what he said. He also addressed it as a violation of humanitarian law, international humanitarian law. Anyway, we're hoping to see further reactions on that. And as they break, be sure we'll be bringing them to you on Citizen FM 93.7. So that's all the stories we'll be taking this morning on news from around Africa, and that has brought us to 7:53 a.m. So we'll take a music break at this time. When we come back, we'll be taking a look at some of the headlines across dailies in Nigeria. Lagos Assembly, Rivers Assembly. It seems like one is, dying out the brouhaha, and then another is picking pace. Whatever the situation is, we'll be bringing it to you. So we're also hearing not so great news from northern Nigeria, where we're hearing that an army varsity prof was kidnapped. Okay. FCTA is also in the news, so stay with us. All of these and more coming your way at top of the hour, 8 o'clock. Citizen FM 93.7. That's the dial.
The issues. Everybody respected that because it was coming from the president.
Theory behind it, the way the people took the battle in their hands. Some civil servant retired without a roof over his head.
The cause.
If we cannot trust you, then you cannot take the ticket of this country. Hussein cannot be divorced from those who cause the crime. Honestly.
The passion.
You must have national spread. So where is it?
Why are you so concerned about that? He said money was...
I never...
No.
The platform is always the same.
Insight on Citizen FM 93.7.
The source is constant.
My name is Lawrence Umoite.
There is always an opportunity.
Tomorrow, Insight returns with another interesting...
Insight with Lawrence Umoite on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. Be part of the experience.
Country people, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and even good tomorrow. As we take the Jeune Mount and Jeune Body with the top collabo to take greet Muslim brothers and sisters as it's stated they all enter the holy month of Ramadan. That not to inform country people and all me good listeners where they join me on top make we talk for Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. Say the program don't put pumpy for the moment until they finish Ramadan. Then we go come back with a full force. Make not touch the dial because now still Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja be that.
Nation of our dream. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy. Citizen FM, Citizen FM.